We show you images like this one often. Guns seized by police. There are thousands every year. But what we don't often see is what happens to them after that. Some states have actually started requiring police departments to sell the guns back to the public. So the question is, are guns here making their way back to the streets? News 4 investigator Lauren Traeger goes behind normally closed doors to find out.
Tragic scenes, bullet casings littering the ground, car windows busted out. Whether at homicides or simply on traffic stops, even at big drug busts, nearly every single day police are taking in guns.
It's becoming more and more frequent. Guns are just about everywhere.
But it's even more than you might think. St. Louis County seized 1,170 guns last year. St. Louis City seized 2,600.
The entire laboratory is very secure.
Nobody could get in here.
No.
Our News 4 cameras got a rare look behind the scenes to find out what happens to many of the guns seized by St. Louis City Police.
They have striations and impressions that are left on various components of ammunition that are produced by the firearm.
Those which might have been used in a crime are taken here to the firearms lab for testing and analysis. Sometimes test fired into a giant water tank.
It's a pristine, undamaged example from that fire.
And then examined to see if police can make a match and potentially solve a crime.
Most of the impressions and striations we're looking at are microscopic.
The guns might then be used as evidence at a trial. If not, they may be stored for years. But what happens to them after all of that has become a target of controversy. Should seized guns be destroyed or should they be sold back to the general public? 11 states, including neighboring Kansas, have recently passed laws requiring police to sell them in most instances. But that makes some agencies near us uneasy.
We're concerned about the criminals getting more guns in their hands.
St. Charles County Police Captain David Tiefenbrunn says his department's decision is to destroy.
All of these are slated to be destroyed.
Yes, these here are.
Under current Missouri law, once they receive a court order, police have a choice between disposing of the weapons or selling them to a licensed firearms dealer. That's not an option, according to Captain Tiefenbrunn.
It's already been used once in a criminal offense, and if it's used twice and it was released from police custody, that's obviously not a good thing.
To destroy their guns, many agencies are turning to a local company, Gunbuster, which literally pulverizes them to pieces.
It's a completely free service for law enforcement agencies.
Scott Reed says the computer takes a video so the departments have record the gun has really gone to bits. In exchange for the free service,
We will sell parts. So we could take grips, magazines, trigger assemblies.
over the last few years, they've destroyed 22,000 guns from more than 120 agencies in Missouri and Illinois. We did some digging. In addition to St. Charles County Police, Gunbusters works with the St. Louis City Sheriff's Office and the Franklin and Jefferson County Sheriff's Offices. St. Louis County and St. Louis City Police don't sell their guns, but opt instead to melt them. During our research, we found only one town, Arnold, which sells their confiscated guns at auction. That's the way the NRA likes it. They sent a statement saying, quote, "Destroying valuable items such as firearms is incredibly short-sighted. They should be treated like many other confiscated items and sold to people legally allowed to possess them. The funds raised can help pay for training, equipment, ammunition, or any number of other items that police departments across the country are struggling to finance."
So then let's put them back out on the streets? Is that what we're suggesting?
But people we talked to in downtown St. Louis say either way, they just don't want the guns used to commit crimes.
I think they need to destroy them. The less that we have in the wrong hands, the better it's going to be for our country.
So far this year, Kansas City, Kansas has generated over $19,000 in revenue by selling their guns. But again, some police I talked to say it's not worth the risk that the guns could be used again in a crime. Now, law enforcement agencies do say they make every attempt to return guns to their lawful and law-abiding owners before ever thinking of disposing of them. I'm Lauren Traeger, News 4 Investigates.